tonight I'm going for flatheads. I got some bluegills. One of the fastest catches I've ever done on bait. I got enough for the whole evening already. So now it's just time to hit the river and go hit some brush piles and see what we can pull up. We got some fresh bluegills. We got some for cut bait. We got some hot dogs for channel cats, and we're ready to roll. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
All right, so I started fishing. It was a little bit early in the afternoon. It was probably about 4:30. I left my haircut, went and caught bait really fast. That little creek where they were dumping in was loaded with gills. I wish they'd have been a little bigger, but they were a good size for what I was doing. I went upstream quite a ways, bumped hole to hole to hole, never catch a thing. I was fishing mainly bluegills for the flatheads, and I was doing some cut bait, some shrimp for the channel cats. And then at one point I thought, well, I got some of those cherry hot dogs, might as well throw them on and give them a try. And the channel cats love them. And like I say, this is channel cat number 2, even though it's the first one in the video. I didn't have the camera rolling on the first one, and it was about 5 pounds. This one's a little bit bigger. It's about 6 pounds, and put up a great fight. All right, this particular trip, obviously as I'm landing this fish, I had a blast. It's kind of the first time on the river. The river was at 23 feet on the gauge. It's now at 7.5. So it came down that much. I can't imagine how much, well, I can because I went over the bridge to look at it, how much water was in the river. It's moved a lot of the trees around. So like this tree wasn't here last year. It's sitting, actually, that one was at about 8 or 10 feet of water, and it's held up on 2 or 3 branches, got a nice structure underneath it. I think there's going to be a flathead in there by the time the summer's done. We'll see. They may not be there now if they haven't moved up into position. And like I say, I had a great time. This channel cat's kind of a small one. You just see as I'm dragging it in. The funny thing is the hook really wasn't even in its mouth. It was just clamped down across it. And when I finally got it to loosen its grip, it let go and it just fell right off the hook, which is kind of funny. I ended up with 5 channel cats. There was a 5-pounder that I caught that wasn't on film, and I got the 6-pounder and that little guy. And this one here is, I think, about 3.5 pounds. And then after dark, I got one more that didn't turn out on film. That was another 3.5, maybe 3.5 pounder. Nothing to write home about. So like I say, in this video series, just remember, my goal is to have a video every week from here on out. I'm going to go up there and chase the flatheads. Now, obviously, I got one trip out to Minnesota, so there'll be some Minnesota fishing on that. So like I say, stay tuned each week. We'll see what we can do. We'll kind of give you the rundown of how the hunt for the really big fish is. Last year I got a 31-pounder and a bunch in the 20s. My goal is I lost one I think was way bigger than that. So my goal is to get that big guy. So thanks for tuning in. Remember, hit subscribe if you like what you're seeing here. Tell your friends about it. I got a couple possible other side projects that are going to go on with some other YouTubers. So hey, again, appreciate all of you watching. And have a great day. And remember, fishing is my summer job.